double up, double up. Yeah. Double up, double up, double up. The money I color up, color up, color, 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 color. Double up, double up, double up. The money I color up, color up, color, 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 color. 2 turns of 4, 4 turns of 8. Sleep and get paid. Rich when I wait. I bet the bank. I set the pace. Guess what I make? That's what I make. Counting pockets, that's a trending topic. You got this and you got that, but got no spending options. I keep quiet, but still get it rocking. I keep quiet with it in my pocket. I keep quiet, moving stuff is silent. Double up, double up, double up. The money I color up, color up, color, 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 color. Double up, double up, double up. The money I color up, color up, color, 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 color. I swear God been blessing me. You think you been testing me? Don't mean lemons, watch lemons squeeze. Pieces been my recipe. You buy watch and bust them down. Mine is my investment piece. Heard your mixes drowning out. You need to call Trevor, please. I don't fold, I don't fear. Pearly whites, no veneers. Keep it clean, check it's clear. Water clear, P is clear. See the light, you go dear. See the light, I go near. Let me shine, watch me shine. I'ma shine, vision clear. Double up, double up, double up. The money I color, 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 color. Double up, double up, double up. The money I color, 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 color. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on gold. Cash digital, digital, digital. The dash digital, go, go, go. Digital, 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 digital. The cash digital, digital, the dash digital. Run it up, digital, 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 digital. Stepping like Marty McFly, stepping I feel like the guy. I got them looking like why, I never doubted me why, I never doubted my guys. You know you in it for win, I stand on 10, you on 10. I don't have friends of a friend, only the fan of the kin. Only my wife and my kids, that's all I needed to win. Now I only trust my true friends, had to cut off my loose ends. You know I win if you win, you know you win if I win. I swipe that cash, don't fold, I swipe my bank on gold. Don't think that I've been dumb, I spend like I've been broke. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on gold. Cash digital, digital, digital. The dash digital, go, go, go. Digital, 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 digital. The cash digital, digital, the dash digital. Run it up, digital, 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 digital. Living my truth, no tricks. I'm just trying to feed my kids. I'm just trying to keep my wife. I'm just trying to live my life while we get rich. My biz. Money gon' come, some go. Man, if you know, you know. I've been through highs and lows. Here for the ride, I go. Slide and roll. Up and down, but I get up. The numbers crunching, no sit-ups. I grew up and got dripped up. Purple label, my get up. That's 101, I done one and done. Month to month, and there's more to come. I told Cushy, let's run it up. Now it's millions on millions. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on hold. None of my cash can fold, none of my cars are gold. Digital dash on gold. Cash digital, digital, digital. The dash digital, go, go, go. Digital, 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 digital. The cash digital, digital, the dash digital. Run it up, digital, 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 digital. Money when I'm bored. Watch the money hit the floor. Make it rain, make it pour. I count money when I'm bored. Watch the money hit the floor. Make it rain, make it pour. In my house don't need no floor. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the fam. It's just me and the. It's just me and the fam. Yeah, yeah. It's just me and the fam. See my little Tay-Tay, that's my hype girl, that's my mascot. Little ones go for hours and some hours till we pass out. Stay inside the house, turned up with the racks out. Stay inside the house, turned up with the racks out. If I got it, they got it, got it. Fairly strong, they solid, solid. For them empty my pockets. If I got it, we got it, got it. Foundation been solid, solid.
Here we go.
Like a rocket. Yeah, I count money when I'm bored. Watch the money hit the floor. Make it.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to the first real morning daytime edition of Crypto Charts with Road Dawg. Normally I'm a late night show, been up doing an all-nighter, and I thought, well, hey man, let's just keep it going. I can catnap during the day. It's 10 a.m. I've been wanting to give these guys a run for the money anyway, those old grifters in them trading groups. I'm about to give their secrets away for free, my friends. And I'm about to show you in about, I don't know, 5 minutes what it's going to take them an hour and a half to figure out. Not that I'm... Let's turn to the markets now. Sea of red going on today, right? Oh gosh, getting that big altcoin pullback. How horrible is it? We come over and look at our indicators over here, upper right hand corner here. Total 3 altcoins. Yeah, definitely getting that little pullback, getting a little bit of a bounce right now in the 4 hour. I'm kind of liking that idea. Maybe we're bouncing off the bottom of this trend line, see if it can kind of hold there for us. Give it a little room there to breathe. Sad thing is that Tether dominance, and that's over here in the lower left screen, right behind my head here. If I can move out the wrong way. Getting a nice little bounce here and starting to go up. So interesting. I know you're not selling out of Bitcoin. Cool thing going on with Bitcoin dominance. That's right up here in the top left-hand corner for you. Let me extend that little red trend line right there. See, we broke below it, went back up, retested it a couple of times, getting rejected. So we got a little bit of downward action out of Bitcoin dominance. Now, we would love to see it drop further and help all altcoins just kind of boost to the upside, but she's been very reluctant to do that. We've been hoping that for a long time. She's gradually coming down little by little, kind of, sort of. Really just kind of hanging sideways. Why, bitty Bitcoin right here. Let me go ahead and tell you what the other guy's going to have to figure out for an hour, chasing that 1 minute time frame like a fool. We were looking at this past possibility last night with Bitcoin. We've identified a little channel that we're in, and we're losing that channel, right? Now, we bounced off this area at 69 because, well, that's just what Bitcoin did. He tried to go for it and he got rejected and got into his feelings and got hurt because he didn't get to have the little party he wanted at 69. So he got rejected, pushed to the downside. This little area here is one of my nice little juicy little Fibonacci areas, the 1.272 that I pull out in the bull bear markets. But now I'm pulling it out now because we're in a downward trend, making lower highs and lower lows. Sadly, with Bitcoin, things are turning south. I see a good chance that we will come up here and retest this area about 64,755 in this area, maybe coming up as high as this 618 retracement area. If you take a Fibonacci from swing high to swing low, tell me where price is going to go. And these are the main two areas I'm looking at. There's even one right here in the middle. Now that the 200 moving average is coming down to that, probably worth looking at, probably worth marking that one as well. That's about 65,353. So I'm looking for Bitcoin to maybe retrace back up to these areas, but ultimately I'm looking for it to possibly, very possibly continue on down to these lower areas. Now this 1272 area that we marked out right here, normally a reversal type play, but since we're playing below that line a little bit, lost it. I've got to look at my lower areas here. So I am expecting Bitcoin to come down. Stop moving the chart so much, you idiot. Who said that? Starting starting to look at this juicy little areas down here about 6,108, maybe as down as 61, anywhere in the $61,000 range. Pretty much would sum it up as a little buy zone. Now, when we zoom out, because we started out on this little 6 minute, just because, I don't know, it's where we happen to be and where everybody seems to be interested in right now. A lot of day traders are out there interested on these smaller time frames, but it's also helpful if you first zoom out. And so that's what I like to do. I like to zoom out all the way to the weekly just to take a quick look. Don't have to spend very much time here. So, okay, this is us. Good. How our indicators looking? They're, yeah, well, they're there. Not the greatest. Okay, let's come down to the 3-day. Check this little guy out. Let's get rid of this Fibonacci so we can actually make some sense of stuff. Get rid of some of these lines. Well, got to keep those lines. Yeah, okay, well, our candle is above the 9-moving average here on the 3-day, so that's good. 3 days looking good. So as long as we're above the 9-moving average, baby, whatever time frame you're looking for, we're bullish. You're in a good move to the upside if you're above the 9. Right in the 9, everything's fine. Daily chart coming down to that. We lost our 9, so everything's not fine on the daily. So between the daily and the 3-day, we got a little mix up there, which is going to translate into a little sideways and a little bit of down. And as long as we keep that 9-moving average on the 3-day, we're still doing fine. As long as the 9 doesn't cross over the 21-moving average on the daily, we're doing okay. We just got a little bit of a pullback. Probably make more sense if I come over to a different chart over here without all my little price little thingies in the way there. Actually, we'll keep what we got here. So I switched over to a different chart just because the other one is kind of a little bit messy there, but you can still the same things over here. And this one's on the spot over on, oh, this is the index. So Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Been following this trend line right down here too. I'm a big fan of trend lines. Measure from candle bodies to candle bodies there. And so that's a good area for us to find some support is right here. Now, I believe if we come down to a 4-hour time frame, you might see that there's something else showing a little support area there, and that's the 200 moving average, which is coming up right underneath there, giving us some confidence that, yeah, baby, this could be the area that we might touch grass on. We might just say, that was a good run, pig. Maybe we can try to reverse it back the other way. Now, if we look at our localized pattern here, basically in this nice little channel, a lot of the times I like to just take one little side of that, copy that, keep that angle, because I'm a big fan of angles. So is WD Gann, one of the greatest traders ever. And that's giving us some more confidence right down to this juicy little spot somewhere around, oh, I don't know. Looks like around 4 o'clock today. We might actually touch bottom down here about 61.8. Maybe down as low as 61.2. So this is looking kind of juicy to me. I'm going to pin it right there on the 200 moving average because, hey. Now, there is a chance that we could break below that 200 moving average, so don't get too excited. We also have this trend line right over here. Remember, this was a channel that we were in. Probably not the first time you've seen my show. Don't let the face fool you. It's a face made for radio, but I'm glad that you're here hanging out with me anyway. This trend line has a good chance to be retested too, so we're just going to throw this out there, all right? 57, we're still in line for that. Let's put that right under here, under our little trajectory. About 50, 57, 58,000 could come into play, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it could, or as long as we don't get too many of these bearish crosses on our moving average, this 200 might actually support us, and we could come up and bounce off of this and go out into a big, fat, juicy, red, itchy Moku cloud that's trying to develop over here. I do want to let you know that, as we're on the 4-hour time frame, making our way down here to this target, 61, 61.5, somewhere through there. Our stochastics, RSI, that is this purple line we got, bottoming out here. The only sad thing is that also the money flow is coming out, which is going to be a little bit bearish when you start losing that money flow when it goes into the red. Oh, it doesn't help us to turn around as easily. So in short, worst comes to worst, I'm looking for a bounce about 61,001 and maybe at the worst somewhere around the 57,002 area. Now, shorty term, I was talking about a possibility of popping up, and I am still looking at the possibility of popping up. And somewhere around this area, about 65,000. Could pop up there, but then after that, I'm looking for a little bouncy bounce to the downside. So, treat your plans around that. But right now, on this little 6-minute time frame that I am on, for the next, I don't know, say hour or so, it is planning on taking a little dive back down here and most likely retest this little trend line I got right there, about 62,000. So, shorters unite, I guess. But that's enough for Bitcoin. I don't want to spend my whole show on it. Some people do that, I guess. What is so interesting about you 1 minute? We've already seen your game plan. You're below the 200 moving average. Looks like you're just dying to come right down here. Should we do that? Should we do that? I look a little bit further than some people. You lost that, didn't you? You know, she may not just stop it there. She may just go ahead and come on down here to the 61.8. Come on down, baby. The water's fine. Take a little measured move there. Put this at the little breakout. We met that little guy. You've never seen anything like it. We met that little guy. Let's see if we meet this little guy on the 1 minute. Anyway, we're not here to really fool around so much on 1 minute time frames or anything. I love checking angles though. Got any confidence for that? We're here to talk about our altcoins, which are bleeding bad, man, because look. Now on the hourly, oh gosh, we're still getting hit up. Things are dying. They're dying. They're literally dying. My bags are dying. They're shrinking down. It's making me all scared. Before we get all carried away, let's give a shout out to everybody who's hanging out with me today, man. Shout out. I'm so surprised that you guys can be up this early. I'm not. I haven't went to bed yet. Shout out to Dave Pete's in the house. Grizz Oso, how's it going, Grizz, man? Woo! Good morning, everybody. I got my coffee this morning. Woo! Oh, need that. Well, let's look at some altcoins. On the late night show, we've been coming across some good ones to keep on your radar, especially for times like this when things are just going south, right? If we take a look at Total 3 over here, just on the bigger time frames, here's what's got us a little bit concerned. On Total 3, this is your altcoins. We got a bearish cross on the 1 day. Not so great, right? Now, if we zoom up ahead a little bit, we're on the weekly, not so bad. Not really showing much of a sign of slowing down. Each candle here is higher than the other one. This one's not as high as, say, this one was. So you might interpret that as a little bit of a slowdown. About the same situation with the 5 day. It's not until you get to the 3 day you start seeing a little bit of tiredness here. This does not necessarily have to cross. Meaning that, this one could flip back over. I'm just kind of looking for that idea. A little game I like to play on this is just like keep going down to the smaller time frames. And then I'm going to see wherever they start flipping. Like maybe the 1 hour. And the 5. All right. So it's telling me now I'm starting to see where I'm getting some more a little change there. I want to pay attention to that 1 hour time frame. 1 hour is going to be special from here on out. This is where we were looking at it for the drop in last night, hitting that target about $648 million in crypto, meaning we losing a few billions. Right now, here on the 1 hour is looking all right. She's regaining the 9 moving average. Might you be getting ready to come up a little bit? That's a good sign. That's actually a good sign. Even though stochastics are up and tilted to the downside, that's when we got to worry about stochastics when they start flirting to the downside there. 15 minutes says, Oh, you trying, ain't you? 9 still above the 50. Let's give it some hope here. Things might turn around for a short time period, but I'm looking for things maybe to drop a little bit more and for altcoins to go on a little bit more of a sell. It'll probably be, a little up, down, up, down, up, down, a little up, down till we kind of retest this trend line area here, or one of many trend lines. So we're hoping that this one will hold. We could lose another 20 billion after that. I don't know. You have to look at this not so much as, oh my God, the market's crashing, but more like, hey man, we got a good sale coming on. Let's now jump into these juicy altcoins, which are bleeding. Bleeding, I say, bleeding. Take a look at Theta. Theta's been hit with like a 12% drawback here. Let's see what you got going on, Theta. Theta, we broke to the south of a channel. Getting a little bit of a pullback sign, seeing the point that we may be coming back to this area right here, about 220, retest this 200 moving average, also 618. Good chance that might hold. Let's see what our trend lines might tell us here. Might have to dig deep for some of these. A little bit of confluence, yeah, that this area could also hold from a previous uptrend line. I'm kind of liking that little idea about 220. Not really, it's making my bags drop, but as far as putting in maybe an area where we can catch a bounce, that's the area that I'm looking for, around 220. Waves, we follow this one, getting a little bit of a pullback, did hit our measure move target up there, so shout out to all you Wavians. Anybody that's been in waves, took some profit up there. At that measure move target, which was coming in at about $4.75-ish. Yeah, congratulations, hey, we nailed it. Nailed it! Get a little bit of a pullback. Actually, I'm in waves for a while because I'm expecting those bigger targets. Because I know waves can hit up about $30. So we'll go ahead and congratulate ourselves on this one. We'll go ahead and get rid of this trade set up. Target reached and exceeded just a little bit. We're going to pull back to the 200 moving average on the 4-hour, which in my viewpoint, that's a great place to nibble to put some of that profit back into them bags, maybe at 3. Yeah, I'm just saying what I do. You can do whatever you want to. You should be a grown-ass man. But it's also at the 618 Fibonacci area, and I kind of like that because, a nice little pullback to that 618 Fibonacci. You get a nice little 1-to-1 that kind of takes us right up here to this little wonderful little fib area. Could be $6.10. Yes, baby. How's that sound? Double it up. Almost a possible another 100x coming, in my personal opinion, out of it. I want to check some trend lines here just to make sure we're not going a little too crazy. That one looks good. Now we got a secondary trend line check, which we're just now finding a bounce off of. As long as we don't break this trend line, baby, we got some more upside. If you want to see the pattern, what we're really looking at here. Another one of these nice, juicy, technically bearish megaphones, but until they finally break to the downside, they are just gorgeous to ride up. Bouncing off of each side from the bottoms to the high tops. And it says, man, 610 may not be the top. Depends on how quick I get to the top of that trend line, baby. I see some good things coming for waves. If you're not in waves, you might want to look at maybe getting in waves. She's starting to get a nice little bounce here. We're looking at the 4-hour. We come down to the 1-hour and we see where we're bouncing off this trend line area. It's got a little bit of a negative Nelly sign here. All the moving averages below the 200 here. So let's give her some time. Make sure we don't lose this area. She's got some bearish signs there. She'll be down and sideways for a little while. Nakamoto Games. Maybe baby. Hit? Did you hit? Did you hit our target 356? No, you're a little bit short. Just a little short. Yeah, it did almost hit our trend line right there. That's just a... Oh, we count that. I'll count that. I didn't tighten her up down here. If I'd tighten her up down here to touch here, should have nailed it. Anyway, we have all these others over here. Let's take a look at... Okay, I don't have to redo it, do I? I just got to erase all this stuff we've already went through. This target's still open for grabs in my personal opinion, 355. We came close, so. Now we're getting a little pullback in Nakamoto games, and it sucks, right? But we're like many other coins that we're looking at right now. This pattern fits it, and this is how it plays, man. Right over here to the left, $2.24 right there. Nice support area. So that's one place you can look to hope that it does not fall below. If it does fall below that, well, our next stop is about the 200 moving average and quite possibly even down to the bottom of this pattern. Ooh, that would be hard to stomach, wouldn't it? See Nakamoto games come back to 166, especially if you bought in at $3. Ouch, ouch. Don't buy the tops, baby. Don't buy the tops. Wait for the red candle days like today and this week and probably tomorrow. May go on for a little while. Nakamoto seems to be trying to get some support here on the 12-hour at this 50 moving average. Let's hope that it does. If it doesn't, 226 is coming in the picture. If 226 cannot hold, get rid of you, little guy. We're looking about this 200 moving average. About 189, and if that doesn't hold well, we're looking at the bottom of this trend line, and that would suck. Just to put it bluntly. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me this morning. If you guys got anything you want me to take a look at, feel free to throw it in the chat there. ICP, man. Ooh. What you got going on here, man? You lost that 12-hour looked rough that was just on here. Let's see, this is old news here. That, whatever that was, did not happen. We got this, ooh, trend line there. A lot of people forget about looking at the tops of them because really the tops of the patterns, if you got a bottom trend line, if you're coming out like a channel or something like that, if you try the tops, you ever see, you put your target, it's like it doesn't hit it. Well, there's one reason why it might not be hitting it. Not considering that, hey, it had to break out of this top line. That's probably the first place it'll bounce off of. Just throwing it out there. Don't hear many people talking about that. I like to talk about things like that. What exactly are you doing here, ICP? You look like you're range bound. See if we can make head or tails of ICP price action here. Maybe. I hate to say it, but I mean, we could come back and test these areas about just right under $10. She got as high as what, $16? Doing really good. Let's try this little tricky trick right here. See what we get. Take that angle. Boom, shakalaka. I got a little bit of confluence here in my trend lines, about 994, 9 something like that. So you want a time to go with that? I wouldn't talk to that cocky. He's not even telling me a time. Oh, we're on a daily, that's why. All right, ICP might be seeing a little bit more of a downside before seeing a little bit more upside. Hopefully we'll see some more upside. I like my ICP going to the upside. I like them all going to the upside. Pancake swap went all the way. Ooh, baby, you hit. Yeah, hit. It's been a minute since we looked at this chart, but I just think it's beautiful that all of the targets did get hit, especially this one up here at $5. Woo, sell it. Buy back later, baby. Let's go ahead and clear you out. Take a fresh look at PancakeSwap. Clearly, we nailed it. I should have took a picture of that. I forget to do that. I'm not one of those. Look at me. If you caught it while we're together, we celebrated it together, and then we move on. There are more patterns and more setups to be had. Basically, this area right here is what I'm eyeballing. Draw a little trend line right there. It's a good chance it might come back there to about 330, and if you do, I wouldn't sweat it, man. I wouldn't sweat it at all. Actually, I'd be more concerned about trying to come up to meet this target right here. Because it's got to. So that's $6.90. That's almost $7. What? Yeah. Give you some hopium targets here to shoot for PancakeSwap. You're going to hang on to this for a little while. After $7, you know, she'll mess around 10. She'll get caught up somewhere around 12, but she's eventually trying to shoot towards 17, just 16. Just throwing that out there for you long-term holders. But right now, the shorter-term time frames, let's go back here and zoom in on this daily. Tighten up my trend lines here because angles matter. But we got a little megaphone pattern happening here. We're getting a lot of that. Didn't quite, lost its steam right there though. Swing high to swing low. Blasted past the 1618 just a little bit. Got a little feisty there, didn't ya? Got a little feisty. I like that. I like to see them get feisty. So 346 to 330. 330 is really what I'm looking for a round cake. Possibly coming back to retest the bottom of the channel. You know, it can do that. Let's tighten that little guy up there a little bit. You see $3 testing this 200 or this 100 moving average down here. Well, I mean, don't get too scared. Don't get too scared. I know some people are going to call it, well, send it coming out to the upside. Eventually it can, just because it's in a pattern that can bounce from one bottom to the way tops. So $7 out of cake after it gets through with all this silliness, dumpiness, could be happening. Throwing it out there. Algorand's coming in. Oh, that was loud. Algorand. Gosh darn it, if it didn't just hit another target and a little sell up. Take a picture this time. Excuse me, we got to do this because that's just what YouTubers do. Well, we got to copy the link or copying the image. I'll copy the image and copy the link. And what was this? This was, what was the gains? It got, that didn't do anything, dude. Looked like it 100% gains. Woo! 105 if you topped out the top, which is, you know, most of you didn't. Just be real about it, okay? Maybe you did, I don't know. If you used my target, you would have got 94% of it. Woohoo! 105% gains. Oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta post this, I guess, because that's what we do. We got a Telegram group over here, and unlike all those charge ones and things, which, you know, there probably is some more activity over there because I'm a tiny channel with a tiny group. Kind of cool though. We got a lounge where all the cool kids hang out. I got a bot there that does TA on any chart that you put up for it. Kind of cool. It's all free. We got a chart room over there with the bandy wall, which is where I'm going to post this right now. 95% gains. Algo set up. Yay. Take a picture. All right. Anyway, back to our little Telegram group. There is links in the description below. There's also a trade setup room, which, you know, I do need to put some more charts out there. But I also got some cool people out there, chartists. Like Crispy Chicken there. The OG, he's been with me for about 2 years now, I think. Year and almost. About as long as I've been on this channel. Almost. Learned to chart. He's posting some great charts over there. We got Joe from Trade Intuition, another educator that posts some charts over there. I got all kinds of trading information, cheat sheets, books, videos available for free. You don't have to pay for a penny of it. If you don't know how this works, you want to tighten up your game, learn some extra stuff, I got all the materials over there for free. You don't have to pay somebody and make them rich, and then they look like big ballers when they're throwing $20,000 around. You got to dig in and do your own work, make it happen yourself. Hang out with me and other YouTubers that don't mind telling you freely what they're doing and their thoughts on the market and how they're doing their TA. Not liking that. That's not lining up. That's one of my rules. I got to have a good angle. Got to have a good angle to my dangle to make me want to do the wild thing. We get rid of this trade setup here. It's getting a little bit too noisy. This is the 618 Fibonacci, by the way. That's why we got rejected there. Right now, I'm going by that trend line, and I'm trying to identify the channel we're in, and this pop into the upside is just kind of messing with me a little bit. It's not what you usually see. You usually see a rejection somewhere through there. And I'm checking here, I touched there, and we kind of went up there a little bit. I'm taking that as a little bit of a bullish sign, saying, well, maybe it wants to pop up the next time. It already knocked a hole in the door. Coming right back to this area, testing it, finding support out the 50 moving average and the previous support area here. I think we're getting ready to flip this, and Algorand's getting ready to rip up maybe to 38 cents. What you think about them apples? I don't like apples. Grizz says, take a look at Sin. Let's take a look at Sin. Sinverse, one little game and play. The way you play on my channel, I still got my bag of Sin. It's a moon bag now. I keep waiting for it to go moon, but she's just been in this kind of weird little bottoming pattern. It looks like a inverted head and shoulders, and it might be. It just never did confirm with a solid neckline, so we're kind of doing something else. She has her up days, she's got her down days. Right now, if we had to do a local pattern, we'd be looking at a megaphony. Which, you know, they're kind of cool. Unless you break through them to the downside, and then, oh gosh darn it, well, crap. Looks like we're headed down here, Grizz. Sub 1 penny again, but that's a nice place to pick up along the bottom of the trend line. Let's tighten the trend line up a little bit. Oh crap, it's gonna lower it. Tighten it up. Shut up, you put it back. I don't want to pay that much. Put it back, I don't. That makes sense. 200 moving average coming here from Confluence, so it looks like 0.009 cents may be coming into play here. Measure moves from this are they're kind of lackluster. Might not even make it down that far, honestly. Might get caught up somewhere. Well, that's close enough. A little drop before the pop. Since we adjusted our angles there on that trend line. Hey, am I picking up everything? Okay. I'll have to keep my channel angles in style there. I'm still looking for these higher prices up through here about 2.3 cents right through there. We are kind of respecting that trend line. Hoping we'll get a bounce off there. The cool thing is I can say the positive things that we need to say about Sinverse is that above the 200 moving average, 50 is above the 100 now. So all the moving averages, actually right now, they're in perfect placement. 200, 150, 21, 9. Now these may cross and they may do some sideways, may bounce off of these, but right now, overall, they're all pointing to the upside, even though we got this big sell-off, which, you know, got downward selling price and we got volume is decreasing. So all this downward selling pressure is chilling now. We seem to be finding support here on this 50 moving average. Maybe hopefully we'll bounce back in this pattern, and then hopefully that will be bullish and shoot us up. That's just That's me with opium.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
And as long as the 9 moving average doesn't cross over the 21, there's still a chance that could happen. To still bounce back in there today. What you look like on the 4 hour says, no, I don't feel it yet, dog. I just don't feel it. But still, even on the 4 hour, the 200, the 100, and the 50, they're still all above the 200 there. So that looks kind of cool. What do we got going on here? Yeah, that's a little bearish. Oh, that's not bad, but I got a little action here. So you remember that? Where I was like, well, we come back up here, could just speed to the. I don't think that's going to happen. It might come up here and kind of bounce through here a little bit, though. A lot of the altcoins having a little bit of a pullback. Caspa, look at Caspa, man. Came down to 11.7 cents. I don't know. I just remember charting this out and at this trend line when it's around 16, 17 cents and talk about the possibility of it even coming back down to 12. I was looking at 12.3. I think it was, around the bottom of this trend line here. It even wicked a little bit lower. Woo, man. You could feel the tension. Nobody wanted to hear that. Nobody wanted to hear Caspa coming down 12. That's crazy. It's crazy until that one day when you wake up and, well, there it is. Oh, we need this trend line to hold on Caspa, though. I don't like that wicking through. That wicking through is starting to make me think that it might get rambunctious and come down here and touch this 200 on the daily. Don't want that to happen at all. Respect my trend line. But when you do zoom out, remember, we're back in this pattern again. It seems like almost every altcoin we're looking at breaks down to this pattern. The bottom of this trend line is, oh, golly, I can't imagine. It'd be mad if I had to make a lower low. That doesn't make sense. It makes sense for this trend line to hold, actually. So it can make a higher low and then, come on up here and make a higher high. It really makes more sense for this to hold, but and I got a couple of trend lines here. I've got this main one and then I got this dotted one, and with my high count ashy candles, the dotted one seems to be holding and the 100 moving average is there. So that's a little bit more that's making me think that, yeah, this area can probably stick, even though it may wick down to some of these areas about 12 cents again, maybe a little bit lower. As long as we can close above that, I think we're looking pretty nice and juicy for Caspa. Great areas to pick it up. I'm trying to build some bags on low margin. Here it says, whoops. Oh, 0.004, 0.007. Any chance I can get more at that price or for sin? I guess there's a chance. I didn't really see it though. I don't think we would want it to come back down. Well, no. I take that back. Oh, wow. I don't think we want to see it break this trend line. I think 9 is as bad as low as we want to see it go. 0.009. We break that trend line, man. We're coming back. I mean, 0.002. I mean, the big area. And then we got this area here. Support resistance flip area right through here. Kind of a big area. That's at 0.007. That would, if we broke this trend line, that would be the next stop that I would have, and that's also coming at. We got a moving average there too, with the 360. Here's what I actually see since I got my other moving averages on. See this the Lucy's line there, the 666 moving average. Well, the 200 is getting ready to cross that. That's actually bullish. The smaller moving average crossing bullishly over a bigger moving average. The 100's already done it, so it should be turning around somewhere through here, probably at Lucy. If she's involved, usually price is going to come and touch her. Look how Lucy's line plays. This is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of confluence that you see with the 666 moving average. Look. It curves perfectly with price. It just does weird stuff like this all the freaking time. Price either above it or below it. So you can't convince me that it doesn't have significance. And so, and they're all pointing right down here. So I expect that area a bounce, and let's rock. Dave says looking at VTX. Well, you're gonna make me dig deeper in this one, ain't you? Vortex DeFi. Can we get it out? Here's USD prices. I prefer shade and TradingView when I can chart them, even though Dex Tools is okay. Oh, that's gonna be too high. Well, before I get fibbed out here, let's take a look. I'm on the daily. Ooh, baby. Honestly, to be your safest entry, I would wait till price gets above that 200 moving average, and it's not too far away. We're at 0.0013, and it's at 0.0019, so gets to 0.002. But of course, I can understand because that's like 40% of the move, and those are X's that eventually get stacked on each other. But I guess the way I explain it, I'm not comfortable that it's going to be making higher highs or higher lows until we get above the daily 200 movement average. It doesn't mean that, hey, risk taker can't be, or a whale can't be building in the bag down here. I mean, the whales don't wait till it gets above the 200 moving average to build their bags. They're building right down here in the hole on the scary parts. So I ain't against that. That's what I like to do. So might she come back 0.001094, something like that. It's not very far from where we are right now. From here, it might look bad. That's about what, 20% drop. I would say this 221 moving average right there might be as low as she sees. And what I'm on the daily here, right? So, and that's at your 618 as well. So boom, confluence. 21 moving average at your 618 on the daily. 0.001245 or 0.001234 technically by this 618. Pretty cool. I do like this because it looks like it's trying to do a double bottom, and that's kind of juicy because that gives you a nice target. Let's look and see what that nice target would be as soon as I can find my drawing tool. So we got this little guy and got this little guy, and all it's got to do is just eventually come up and confirm a what we call I'm calling it a belt line because neckline makes these something else besides bottoms. Not that I have anything against them, but I can't draw them on the daytime show. Those are perky. Might be bending over or something. Anyway, take a measure move, put it on top of there, and then that's where we could be headed, 0.00279. That I think is kind of cool. And it would have to break up above the 200 movement average to do that. That should be awesome. And that's just it getting started because really, you know, you might have another doubling move right here that would take us all the way back up here to 0.005, half a penny. So it's just now starting to get good. But that would be the things I'd be, if it crosses above the 200 moving average and also gets above this red line here, man, that's definitely a good buy place. And if you're a true degen, you may be nibbling at everything right now. Nothing wrong with that. Let's take a look at Fetch AI. Right now, I can tell you, just looking at the daily, since I've got all these crazy moving averages up, but we got, make sure I don't have her on the screen here. I'm notorious about, ooh, we're daytime show. I got Bra Girl. Oops, my bad. So the 200 moving average on the daily has crossed bullishly over the 666 moving average and the 360. That's perfect. Now we just see the 50 eventually cross over the 100, and then they can pretty much fall back in line pretty good. So I like what I'm seeing here. So chances are that this trend line right here will hold. So kiss these old targets goodbye. I don't think they're going to happen. What I'm seeing here right now. Oh, I'm on A0, man. I thought I was on FET. Well, A0 is looking kind of bitching right now, according to my moving averages. Let me turn those big guys off. Need to tell Charting Crypto that. I think he's still in on this. We're looking at this basically kind of ranging than it has been. It's been kind of lackluster, man. But it's been, this is accumulation. Hopefully this one will make us all rich. Let's go take a look. I'm still looking at about 186 to be eventually touched out of A0 and eventually break out of that, but not yet. FET, that's what I was trying to look at. All right. I am trying to grow my bags bigger. FET with a margin position. And we could be coming back to this area. I got a little confluence, a 50 moving average moving up to that zone where it could retest the trend line that they broke out of. And I'm being kind of generous going to the wicks there. There's actually a little bit more, probably would actually touch that 50 moving average. Going to the candle bodies, yes it would. So let's just go ahead and put it there, raise it as we go. Look, there's a little support wick. I'm going with this trend line. And drop price down a little bit more, but maybe at the angle it gets here, maybe it'll still be somewhere through here. Maybe, I don't know. We got to see. 9 has not crossed bearishly over the 21 yet, so we got that in our favor. So might be, this would be cool. This would be the best hopium of all if it's actually like a flag. If it's like a flag, then maybe, baby, that could be some cool stuff. That wick actually starts here. That's why I pulled back here. Otherwise, I would have went there, but we can take that. And that could put us at 422 for a flag measurement. Let me mark that one so I don't forget what we're looking at there. Let's take a look at our indicators and see what they're saying. MACD says, hell no, baby, I'm coming down. Stochastic say, yeah, but I'm bottoming out so I can get ready to turn and flip on you. But they're not being very helpful right now. What we can say is the 21 moving average is holding up. Let's come over to the daily, see what we got. 200, 100, even the 50s. I mean, the 50s curving around, but I mean, they're all moving up. If we come down and touch anything, come down to the 200 moving average, might, but we'd have to probably break some trend lines to do that. I'm not really liking this shape here. It might work on a bigger time frame, but it's not working for me on the 4 hour. 4 hour, I see other stuff. Yeah, that's smooth, baby. You got no choice. So if I go the bodies to bodies, we're bearishly retesting that. I mean, we could be coming down. Next target is pretty much at this 200 moving average area. About $1.77 for fetch AI. Well, this to this wick, we got candle bodies down to this wick here. Not the greatest trend line when we have to do that, but it does give us a little bit extra of a range that we might see. This area through here looks kind of interesting. Do we have anything else that gives us some confidence saying that, yeah, that might be it? We'll take a Fibonacci pull from this wick down here. Swing low, swing high. Tell me where I need to buy. 786 comes right in there, baby. Ooh. I think we're looking at about 164, 165 out of it. Shucks. Well, come on down, baby. Need to buy you cheaper anyway. What we got going on right here? Did I miss that? That's important. I like that one. I mean, I know it cuts through that wick, but I like that one. That gives us pretty much right on this little guy. Oh, well, let's see how that one turns out. All right. One of the plays I'm very proud to be a part of. Turned out very nicely. Buying this one, nobody wanted it. Putting it over there on DeFi and letting that stuff grow, but might be having a little bit of bounce here. But man, she wicked through the bottom of it off that 200, closed back above it. Maybe that'll stick. I'm drawing this trend line from our base over here to this wick and to this candle body. It's valid. Bounce off the 200 on the 4 hour. Looks like she's, again, all the major moving averages are where they need to be. And here on the 4 hour, stochastic's already pumping to the upside. That's usually a good thing. So come on, Ori. Let's go hit that target over here at $22 like you're supposed to. She got up as high as almost $21 from like $1.50. I remember being $1.50 in that area. It's $20. Love that. Love that. Even time, our $20 stable coin is still holding pretty well. We had it in a trade setup over here, which it made that 105% gains. Since we looked at it last on this particular chart. Still got another target up here about $49, just has not made it. Let's go ahead and clear all this stuff off. I'm not gonna waste time taking pictures. If you gotta brag too much, then maybe you think got the magic. I don't know. All right, so, ooh, that's nice. Has not really made it back to this trend. You can. I would look for it to maybe do that. That's about $30.80, but that should probably hold. Time, if you do get a pullback, maybe to 30.74, but move, baby. She went up to $45. I missed that. I gotta pay more attention to time. I've got her stashed away on a hardware wallet. I'm not planning on selling her because I think she can do some very, very big things. I need to see her get above $70 before I start seeing the 137, and who knows from where we can go. But she will try your patience. But nice to see you holding above $20. Wish I could say that for some other things. Let's take a look at Tia. Celestia here. How's she doing? Ooh, she took a dive, didn't she? Wow. Ooh, look what she bounced right off of. She bounced right off of that. That's a Fibonacci. I can't remember from why, but it nailed it on the retest. I don't even have a price label out there or nothing. I got one looking over here at this, but it was the Fibonacci that won that one. Hands down. Okay, this is a breakdown from the bearish megaphone pattern. And look, it's not bad. It's not bad. My measurement was to take us here. We didn't even hit it. May still hit it. I don't know, but they're kind of thin. They're not that great measure moves. They're not. These pullbacks from these patterns are, but the breakouts to the upside from these are pretty cool. So they're actually kind of interesting. I kind of like this pattern. You don't see it very often, just kind of certain stages of the market like now. But we're getting a bounce off this area, 1127 for Tia. That was a great place to pick that up. Still a good place under $14 right now. It may come back and visit these areas because look at our trend lines, or look at our movement averages. We got our 200. Look, now they're perfectly bearish on the 4 hour as opposed to the other ones we saw where the momentum was going to the upside. This one's coming to the downside. So we may see, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, man, but let me look at a bigger time frame. Yeah, we're not done yet. I don't think we're done yet. Don't think we're done yet. Let's clear this out. Let's take a look. We're getting a scallop. Now the scallop could be cool. Now, a lot of times with these scallops, when they're on tops like that, they'll play out, they'll come back down to around the halfway point or where they start, like down here, and then boom, shoot up to the upside. So don't get too bearish on them because they can definitely pull back on you. So we'll take a swing low to swing high. Tell me where I need to buy, which is close to those zones. Look for it to start changing its tune around 960. And I don't even think we'll make it down there that far. I think we'll go right above here. And that's about 740. I don't think it's going to actually touch it though. Anyway, I want to put these two little guys out there. As a possibility, I'm not saying it's guaranteed. I mean, we don't like seeing numbers go down or anything, but 935, possibly around 748 if that doesn't. I doubt that it does it from where it's trying to get a bounce at right here. It's bouncing off a 0.5 fib. It did make a touchdown there. That's interesting though. Sometimes when you see these wicks, don't get it too complicated. It's just an interesting observation that I made. Sometimes you can see them stair step their wicks, like maybe a wick down to the the 618, and then you find out that there's another wick to the 0.5, and then price continues, and then the next wick might be just to here as it just kind of gradually steps. I'm just saying, I'm just watching that. Moving averages are saying where it should be coming down, but that's just a curiosity I've seen it do a few times. But now if she does do the scallop thing and then bounce to the upside, taking trips overseas, no, I won't be long. We came up from the weeds. Now it's top floor. All these big guests on her wrist, VVS is on the neck. Make it spinning down stress. When I make it stretch. Double back to back end. Down broke, now we rich. Spend it on a let it spin. Down with me to the end. That my best friend. Could be looking about $25. My best friend. I'ma spend it on her cause she all mine. I'll go ahead and mark that. I like that target. Spend it on a challenge cause she all mine. There for my first cake, that we hit on a cake. $500,000 on the way. That'd be a nice little come up if this does play out, which it does look like it's coming down here. But that'd be a nice 170% move possibly. I like that idea. So we got hey, there's Strega. Strega, you awake this early in the morning? I haven't even been to bed. I was telling you about the about the time you know street. Ethical Hacker. Hey, welcome to the show, man. How's it going? And we got Haven. Man, we got you guys up this early? Oh, it is 11. Is it? Oh, it's 11 o'clock my time. Wow, I didn't know it was that late. Losing. Time just goes by so fast on these streams. Guys, we'll go ahead and wind it down. We started this about 10 o'clock. I don't want to keep this much more than an hour, but I appreciate you for hanging out. Now, I may do this more if I get enough feedback. I've been wanting to try to test out the morning time frames anyway, especially this 10 o'clock one. I like to give some people runs for the money. I have no competition for them. But I appreciate you for hanging out. And of course, I'll be back tonight at the late night stream where we have all the DJing fun. But until then, trade safely, be careful, watch the market. Today is being kind of a wild one. We're going to leave with one last look at Bitcoin right here, seeing what she's doing. Just because that's just what we do. Are you making a little come up since this past hour, Bitcoin? Are you making a play like we said at the very first of the thing? Or those of you who didn't catch the first of the stream, I'm actually looking for Bitcoin to come back down to these areas here. Possible buy zone about 6,800 up to this area, 61,800, right through there. Now I'm thinking we might get a pump up to these areas before coming back down here, but I'm seeing this kind of bottoming out through here. We have another trend line right down here to be tested, about the 61,200-ish area, especially if we lose this dotted trend line, which appears we're losing. And starting to break this diagonal trend line there too. So careful out there, just getting a little bit of a pullback. The money will be coming back in. We'll see you tonight, and then tomorrow, and then that night, and then the next day. Let's go ahead and make that money. God bless each and every one of you. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. Have a good day.
Come on, come here, boy. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make it look like it's so ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Now if you gotta know the truth was gonna let you go. You was fine, never mind.
Wake up, John boy! Wake